What's up? Welcome to Trackletics Live, the ultimate show for all things track and field. Join us as we dive deep into the sport, interviewing track and field athletes, coaches, nutrition specialists, and more. Get ready to hear some dope conversations and gain exclusive insight into what it takes to become a top performer in the sport. Whether you're a seasoned track and field athlete or just starting off, this is the show for you. So make sure you smash that like button, hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Let's get into the show.
Yeah. Everyone, let's welcome Bridget.
Hello. How's it going?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing well, thanks.
I'm
Yep.
glad to hear that. It's such an exciting time for us. Track season is officially upon us. We got the CTFL kicking off. But before we get into all that, I want to take it all the way back to the start. How did you start running track and field? Why are you in track and field?
Great question. So, when I was a kid, I loved running, loved sprinting. I have four younger siblings, and we're all very competitive. And so we'd always be racing each other off the bus, racing wherever we went. So my mom had noticed that we had some speed, so she encouraged us to do track whenever we had the chance. So the first chance I had, because I'm from rural New Brunswick, so the middle of the country, the first track team that my school had was in grade 9. So I ended up running the 100 and I qualified for regional or for provincials. I didn't have spikes, so I just ran in my flats. And then in provincials, one of my older teammates lent me her spikes, and then I ended up getting bronze there. So that was awesome.
Ooh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah. And then throughout high school, I actually played soccer and hockey, and soccer was kind of my main focus. So I went to university for soccer, but then there was a change of plan, and I ended up committing to the track team there. So that's really when my hardcore track journey started.
Wow. It started a while ago, but didn't really get into the team environment until ninth grade. But what was that ninth grade experience like, officially being on a track team? You said you started off and you didn't even have you didn't even have spikes. You was just in your flats.
Oh yeah, like I didn't really know anything about track. I was like, oh cool, another sport to do. So I went and just kind of showed up and did it. And I honestly wasn't expecting to be that good at it. And then I was like, okay, I guess I'm pretty fast, so I should keep doing this.
At what point did you fall in love with it? When did you really start enjoying it?
I think in university, my first 4 years, I was actually a sprinter jumper. And then my last year, I had seen some of the girls I competed against competing in the pentathlon. And I thought, I could be good at that. So at that point, my coaches were kind of ready to kind of move on and had different commitments. So I was pretty much coaching myself at this point. So over the summer, I taught myself how to do all the events, and then I competed in the pentathlon the next year for my last year of university, and it ended up going super well. I finished sixth at our university nationals, and then I graduated. So I was like, oh my gosh, I have more potential to achieve. So then that's when I really loved it and was super excited about improving and learning new things, and really just taking that responsibility to teach myself everything kind of fueled that path for me.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. I can feel the passion for it, you know?
Thanks.
Um, but take it back a little bit. What was the determining factor for you determining what university you were going to go to? Was it the team environment, the coach? Was it the resources they had? What was the main determining factor?
So, funny enough, I didn't even know that. So, I went to St. FX University, which was in Nova Scotia. I didn't know they had a track team, and I really wanted to go for soccer. So,
Right.
I had coach met the team, I had done the training camps, everything. So, I kind of went there because they had a really good athletic environment, they had good athletic facilities. And then I guess, yeah, when I started doing track there, then I got to experience that just on the track side instead of soccer. So
Uh,
yeah, it was super cool and great experience. Both my parents went to that university as well, and then all of my siblings ended up competing in track at that university as well. So
Oh wow, what was that like? You had your whole family. Your family is now actually the team, and you're still competing. Like while you're out there, you're supporting each other. You want to see each other do well, but at home, it's like, oh, I'm this close to you, or oh, I'm beating you. So what is that experience like in college? Actually having your family on your team.
totally, it was an awesome experience. So in my last year there, I had two sisters and brother on my team at once, and we all kind of did different events. So it wasn't like head to head competition. My brother and I usually did the same events. And he's now doing the 400 hurdles as well in the CTFL, which is funny. So, but we would never be competing against each other in races. So it was awesome just having that support system and having people that I grew up with. It was just like a great environment. And then being at home, it's also a really supportive environment because you don't need to face any type of adversity of people trying to get you to go out with them or do different things that are kind of pulling you away from your training. It's like everybody is moving in the same direction. We're all supporting each other. So I think it definitely helped all of us a lot to have each other there.
That's major. Having a team that one supports you, but two, they're not trying to pull you away from your training. They're, if anything, inspiring you, helping you stay locked in and focused on your training. That's major. That's a major key for sure. I know a lot of people have friend groups and siblings that are pulling them away from their goals, distracting them.
For sure.
And yeah, and then, making it seem like it's okay when you don't achieve your goals. So for you having that family environment in your sport, that's major. That's huge. That's dope. I can definitely see how that's helping you take it to the next level
Yeah,
for sure.
you're a track athlete as well. So I'm sure you know how important it is to have the people around you that are supporting you, right?
Yes, that is a major key, major key. But you mentioned something, you and your brother are running in the CTFL. How did we get from the university space, figuring out this post-collegiate space, and now we're in the CTFL?
Well, when I finished university, I actually became a teacher. So I was teaching full time. And the summer before I started work, I was doing the heptathlon outdoors. And it was the last meet of the summer. And my brother would always encourage me to try new events. And he said, we're always good at similar events. I do 400 hurdles. You should try it. So I said, okay, well, I mean, I'm in the middle of a hep, but I guess I could do one. So yeah, right before the 800, I tried 400 hurdles, and I ended up breaking our provincial record. So I thought that I should kind of focus on that. And then when I started teaching, it was just too hard to train for 7 months at once. So I decided to put my main focus on the 400 hurdles. And then I had, yeah, moved across the country for work and for training. And then flash forward, I had some injuries that I had to work through. And then in about 2021, that was my first outdoor season that I could actually kind of put together a full training and racing for 400 hurdles. And then I was super motivated to see progress. And then the CTFL started in 2022. So it was actually the perfect timing for me because I had just been like grinding hardcore, but I really missed that team environment. There's really, in Canada before the CTFL, there wasn't really anything to bridge the gap between collegiate track and national team track. So it's amazing for athlete development, and it worked out super well for me that it started when I was ready for it.
Right, perfect timing. It literally started right when you can join, right when you were ready for, everything that you were going on in your life,
For
But yes, the CTFL, figuring out this post-collegiate space, giving athletes the opportunity, helping them develop their skills, it's major. Because that's really the problem with our sport. We have the top level, the Olympics.
Yeah,
Not every sport is an Olympic sport. Football is not an Olympic sport, right? So how is it that they have this huge league? Athletes are getting paid millions of dollars. There's teams all over the world, but like track, we have the highest level. We haven't even figured out the middle ground yet.
I
So what Quinn has created with the CTFL has been game changing. I mean, you said it, you know, it's giving you an opportunity, one, to develop, but to continue to compete, have that team environment, you know. I
Absolutely.
am I am kind of biased on the teams. The first season I say I was feeling the Bears. The Bears was my squad.
Okay.
But one thing that I do like is that all of these people in the league, all of these athletes, most of them did not know each other, had no clue everybody existed. But now you guys are family. You know, it's creating so many other friend groups and athlete groups of athletes like working out and focusing on recovery, just keeping each other motivated. Because track and field is a very hard sport and it gets lonely.
For
It gets
sure.
lonely. You know, that training is not easy. So for Quinn to create this league and have all these athletes like building these groups and just inspiring each other, you know, it's major. It's gonna send waves to the next, you know, couple generations coming. It's major.
Oh, it's awesome. I'm super excited to see the development from start to how it is. I think that it has a ton of potential, and Quinn's done such an amazing job setting it up and developing it. So yeah, I can't wait to see how it unfolds.
Tell me a little bit about your team though. How do you feel about it?
The Huskies? Oh,
Yes.
I feel great about the Huskies. So we're leading the league right now, which is fun. I think that everyone is gonna hopefully put together a good season, and then maybe this will be the year that we come out on
You
top.
think so? You think this the year?
Yeah, I mean, last year we pulled together a really good 4x2 team.
Mhm.
Last minute, none of us were 200 runners. It was like a mix, so two guys, two girls, and we made it happen. So I feel like the Huskies, like they're willing to grind. They're willing to do the hard work, and if someone needs to step up, they'll step up. So I feel like with that attitude, we're definitely destined for success this year and making it at the top of the podium.
You and your brother are both top dogs in the 400 hurdles right now, right? All pun intended with the Huskies.
Yeah.
But how does that feel? You're literally like track and field is a ranking system, right? Every track meet that you go to is multiple heats. There's eight or nine lanes. Everybody gets a chance to run, but at the end of the meet, it's literally scored and ranked who was number one, who's second, who's third. You know, so for you being number one in the league, like in the whole league, how does that feel?
It feels pretty cool. It's super fun that my brother and I both get to experience it together. And I know a big part of it has to do with kind of our plan for this year to peak earlier than normal. Both did put a big emphasis on our base training and opened up our seasons early in California. We both raced in April, and because of our base, we were opening up in much better shape than typically I would open. So yeah, super stoked about that. And it's just nice to see hard work paying off.
Yeah, that's huge. Tell me a little bit about your training. What are you currently working on in training?
Um, Currently, I'm working on kind of my step pattern for the 400 hurdles. So it's always tricky getting like the right step pattern, progressing to kind of cut steps out. So I'm focused on trying to cut some steps out and then really work on the second half of my race because that's usually where the it starts to hit. So I'm very, I have always been very adverse to any type of thing that's over 400 meters. Like, later to the 600, 800, like, no way. I'll do it for multi-event, but like, no. So facing that, which I'm like so resistant to, but I know it's important for the last, like that last 100 meters when you need to be able to push through, you have to be coherent. Like I can't be like black from lactic because I need to be able to like make tactical decisions in my race. So kind of a mix between my steps, tactical things, and just getting that anaerobic fitness up for the second half.
Okay. What's your favorite track workout? Something you feel might like set you up with speed, or you said you put a huge emphasis on your base training. So what's been your favorite track workout this season?
My favorite track workout is probably something that is very like race modeling. So it's kind of a love hate, but at the end of the day, I really love it. Like split 400s or
Ooh.
split 100s. So like a 200 and then 1 minute rest, and then the second 200 is like over hurdles. So if I just do like maybe one set or two sets, that's what I like, because it's like it's over fast, but I get a lot of quality work in, and it's super hard. So I love the challenge, and you just feel so good. Or you can just hang out in your like post workout high phase.
Yeah, yeah. Afterwards, it feels
It
good, but them hurdles,
feels
no,
bad at the
no
time.
joke. Are you weightlifting at all?
Yeah, I do twice a week. I do weights too, and then some recovery stuff also.
Okay. What's your favorite weightlifting
Uh,
exercise?
I like box jumps and pull-ups. Those are probably my favorite too. And then I've really been liking cleans this year. I know you said one, but here's my top three.
Top three, I'll take them.
Um,
A lot of people love, or a lot of sprinters love cleans. Just feels fun, explosive. You can tell, like I'm really getting strong. You know, I can throw around some weight.
for sure, yeah. So those are definitely my top three.
Okay, got you. Now we got your favorite track workout. We got your favorite weightlifting exercise. Let's say the workout is over. The track workout is over. What are you refueling with after training?
Uh, Great question. So I have a huge sweet tooth, which obviously is not super refueling. So, I like to do like sugar-free energy bites. I actually have a gluten-free baking business that I do on the side. So I had to start turning out a bunch of stuff sugar-free so that when I eat it all, then I'm still fueling properly.
Got
So
you. What are you baking? I need something.
totally. So sugar-free energy bites. So it's like dates, coconut, oatmeal, like love those. Um,
Uh,
like an almond butter chocolate chip oatmeal cookie, any type of like protein brownies. Also, a real go-to is dried mangoes. Can't beat the classics.
okay.
So those are my go-to snacks after workouts.
I definitely need to place my order. I'll be hitting you up after this live
Oh,
for sure.
perfect.
For sure. Okay. What is your favorite post-workout drink? Smoothie, energy drinks, beet juice. Like I know there's track and field athletes have found it all. Greens juice, reds juice. They've told me about so many things. What's your favorite post-workout drink?
So my favorite post-workout drink, I actually have a juicer, so I juice my own stuff and I just make a bunch of bottles. But I do like beet juice. So I do beets, carrot, ginger, and
Okay.
orange, and then I mix it all together. So I find it like it tastes super good. It's awesome for recovery. The ginger helps with inflammation and like muscle cramps. So that's what I love. I also love a good smoothie. So anything with like mango, strawberry, raspberry. Yeah, definitely that. And then I'll do like electrolytes kind of mixed in with my water.
Okay. See, something told me you was on the beat game too. You was with the beats.
Totally. How did you know?
I could just tell. No, but it's supposedly really good for you. A couple of my teammates actually turned me on to it, and it is a game changer. It is a game changer for sure. I do need to get more like post workout snacks. My problem is not eating enough, and I'll still be throwing up, and I didn't eat, so I really need
I,
some fuel in my body.
I have the same struggle, just like getting enough calories to fuel yourself, like, and then you're not hungry because you know what workout you have and you're nervous. So it's like just trying to balance that is tough.
Yeah, it is really tough. But track and field is not easy at all. But we got how you've been training hard and how you're staying focused for the season. We got some of the workouts you're doing, post workout meals and stuff like that. But what is the goal for this season? It's an Olympic year. It's track time now. Track is back.
It,
What is the main goal of the season?
so my ultimate goal for this season is to peak for Olympic trials and qualify. So that's why I had to start earlier this year because trials are at the end of June. So that's the main goal. And then second goal is put up new PBs as always.
New PBs. You got it. Sounds like you've been locked in, focused. You train on some of your weaknesses, built a very strong base, got that speed working, and it's showing. You're already off to a great start. Still kind of early, but you got time. You got time.
Thank you. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, hopefully everything lines up as planned and those goals can be met.
I hope so too. I hope so too. One of my favorite questions I like to ask everybody to end it is going through your journey, where you are now. If you look back, what is something that you wish you could have told yourself when you were younger that you know now? Or something that you wish you, or something that you would tell somebody younger that's following you?
I would say to myself, I would definitely tell myself work smarter, not harder.
Mm.
Because I'm the type of person that I love to work hard, just put my head down and grind. And sometimes I just didn't need to do it. Focusing on some tactical things or, just running myself into the ground for like no reason. When I was younger, really just trying to prove myself and like achieve my potential. So I would just tell myself that. And then somebody younger, if they were that same mindset, I would definitely tell them that as well. Just focus on the picture. You don't need to prove yourself to anybody. Just trust in yourself and bet on yourself.
That's huge. That really is. That's a major key. Track and field athletes feel like we can just go to the track and just give it all I have until I pass out and I can't do anymore. And I'm supposed to be able to break the world record by tomorrow because I trained so hard, right? Like that's
For
literally the mindset that everybody has. But if you do train smarter, you'll make it through the season without injuries, right? you'll achieve you'll achieve the goals that you actually have. So that's huge. That's major for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I want to take a second to say thank you for sitting down, having this conversation with me in your busy day with the CTFL going on. But it was a pleasure getting to know more about your journey. I'm truly wishing you the best. Hoping I see you on that Olympic podium, you and your brother.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Samar, and great chatting with you. And yeah, I hope that we see each other again soon.
Definitely. That is it for us here on Trackletics Live. See y'all next episode.
Yeah.
Peace.